Come in.
So, guys, welcome to Starfleet Academy, right? The great new Star Trek hope, the great new. I was going to say starship, but it's a classroom, a schoolroom, a class show, an academy show. Harry Potter, 90210, Saved by the Bell, Super Friends, like all these Prodigy, all these shows come to mind because. Are you guys aware? Do you know that Starfleet Academy is a young adult series, a kiddie show? Well, I mean, young adult, children, mature children. So this is something I think a lot of fans do. They either don't understand, don't realize, or they kind of ignored it and stuff. Star Trek or live action, sure, but now you have all these sort of. These attempts to draw in new fans. And if you look at the press releases, all the sort of official for Starfleet Academy, this is what they say. Quote, it's considered a young adult series. Our producers specifically develop it to attract a younger audience and explore coming-of-age stories of young cadets. Their romances, their rivalries, and their academic future-building challenges. And in big bullet points, block, target audience. The show is explicitly aimed at teenagers and young adults with the goal of turning their generation into Star Trek fans. Goes on to say the creators, blah, 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 the developers. So we're looking at truly a kiddie show here. And when I bring up something like Prodigy or Saved by the Bell, 90210, even Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter is sort of what? Merlin and Gandalf for kids. It's Lord of the Rings, or British wizards, Merlin, the most famous, I would imagine, then Gandalf. And instead of a more adult or mature audience, they want children. Now, of course, Lord of the Rings or Hobbit, that was aimed more for children in a way, too. But as we know, what it evolved into more, the bottom line of this is that Starfleet Academy is really a kiddie show. And I'm not saying that in a derisive way or a critical way. I'm simply stating facts from the press releases and all the comments from the showrunners, from the developers, from the producers, I guess even some of the cast. Paul Giamatti, Holly Hunter, Robert Picardo. I would imagine they've been interviewed by now and said stuff on Twitter X or what have you. So what do you think? I look at it like when I was a kid, it was Super Friends, and I was barely in grade school or so. But I loved that Saturday morning. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, woo! And, but today, or even back then as well, but today especially, superheroes, sure, kids can like it. It's still sort of for kids, but it's so much more mature and developed. So if you were to take Super Friends back in the day to a person in their well into their 20s, 30s who never saw it back then, like, what? That's for children. I'm not going to, I've rewatched some of the Super Friends, recently, last year or two, and they're not as kiddie as I thought they would be, but they're pretty much for children. It's very simplistic writing, the dialogue, the plots. And, so the basic, premise here, the basic message I'm saying, people are getting wound up by this. If you don't watch Prodigy, if you don't watch, say, Super Friends, Harry Potter, these are things, it's going to fly off your radar because it's a kiddie show. It's a young adult show. Hey, look, and anyone can watch it. I'm not saying you can't. But I don't think, compare it, when you compare this to the original series, Next Generation, even, dare I say, Picard and Discovery, the newer show, Strange New Worlds, these are adult or mature or for everyone, but certainly aimed at the adults in the room. So what do you think? Give us your thoughts. Give us your feedback. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to test out the pilot at least, right? I mean, that's only fair. The trailer of, it doesn't inspire me. I mean, nothing about the trailer or any of the footage or the things we know, the comments really inspire me. There's nothing about it that's awe-inspiring. I'll never forget when I pitched to Voyager with Jerry Taylor, and about a week or two before I got the press kit and the Bible, the writer's Bible, and she wrote a personal letter in it. And at the very end, she said, we can't wait to talk to you. We can't wait to take your pitches. knowing that this journey will be, wonderful and exciting and awe-inspiring. Awe-inspiring. And it's like nothing of this Starfleet Academy is awe-inspiring to me. There's nothing that fills me with awe. It could be great. It could be fun, sure. But there's nothing like that exploration aspect of Star Trek. I've made several other videos about it just the other day. You can like shows that are just kind of taking the Star Trek name and kind of playing with it. I want to see the exploration, the scientific starship, let's see what's out there. And that's the core, I believe, of Star Trek, certainly the successful one. Will Starfleet Academy deliver? Maybe they'll once in a while go outside on a field trip, or maybe we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? Give us your thoughts. Give us your feedback. Hope you enjoy. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.